And you asked about high functioning, low value.
Levels. Yeah.
High value, low functioning guy has a lot of money, that's value, but he has low functioning behavior. He can't process his emotions, right?
You know what? I wonder what she would establish herself. Are you a high functioning or a low functioning woman with your roster? As a woman at 40 plus, whatever, how old that you are, make all the money that you want, but the truth is the truth. There is little that I enjoy more on this platform than the review content of these fake dating gurus, these people that position themselves as experts, but then when you begin to challenge or look a little bit deeper, whether it's into the way that they think about something or their actual lives, they get exposed for their bullshit. And that's going to be the content that we're going to go over here today. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, please step to the front of the congregation. To be honest with you, I don't know how she's still getting invites for interviews, baby. She's been further exposed for her bullshit on the content. You guys remember a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month and a half ago, I went over this piece of content. It was this lovely young lady up on the Paul Pierce podcast. She was coming at Paul Pierce kind of aggressively towards the beginning of the podcast, but then towards the end of it, Paul Pierce turned it on her and began to ask some questions specific to her dating life. Within that, we found out that a 40-plus-year-old dating guru has a roster of men. Ew, disgusting. And not only just that, she has a star player, an MVP, that she admits that, she strings along. Absurd. She began to talk about the emotional manipulation that she inflicts on this young man, and my advice to him was to get out of this situation. Nevertheless, she's recently appeared on a new podcast, and shout out to these content creators. Don't let their small subscriber count fool you. Very talented. I'm very impressed with y'all because they ask some very great questions in the moment, and you begin to watch her talk in circles. It's absolutely fascinating. And the thing is that there's one thing about being like an internet dating guru, but then when you utilize degrees from universities that are no longer accredited and currently calling yourself a psychologist, I begin to put things into question whether or not this is a complete money play and that you're leveraging these degrees in order to position yourself as more intelligent or more knowledgeable. Meanwhile, you are the problem as to why you are still currently single in your own life. Then it's ripe for dissection. Let's have some fun with this one. Without further ado.
All right, Doc, tell me this. How can a low-value man be high functioning? That's what I want to know. How can a low-value man be high functioning? Tell me that.
Hold on, let me drink. Take me a sip.
Yeah, think about it.
Because that does what you just said leads into that question. Because
when he took it straight, he said, "Hold on, y'all had your woman talk. We gonna take
I'm going way too long."
Dang.
Okay. How can a low-value man be high functioning?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
By the way, it's gonna take a second. Let's let it build. Okay. Just listen.
Well, I want to clear this up.
Okay.
Kevin Samuels used his low value or his term of value as the noun of value, which is morals and values, which I love that too. I loved his term as well, right? Morals and values of a person. I use the value term as an adjective word, which is value in your success, your accolades, your money.
That's how he used it.
Your relationships, what you got going on, socially, economically. So when I say a man can be low value, that just means that he doesn't make a lot of money. His economic status isn't high. He's not affluent. High functioning just means that this man has emotional intelligence. He has ability to regulate his emotions. He has ability to sit and create resolve with us and not bring in more impairment into our conversation, right? A perfect example of high functioning is what me and your beautiful wife just did.
Yeah.
We had a perception exchange. There's things that she heard me say that she pushed back on, but there was never a time where our emotions wouldn't allow us to receive each other.
Right.
Yeah,
And still not have a respectful conversation. And after this, still give a hug and love on each other and have a glass of wine if we wanted to, right? So again, a low value man is a man who just economically isn't affluent.
Gotcha.
Doesn't make a lot of money, just to put it out there easy. High functioning means this man can have a conversation.
Oh, okay.
This man can regulate his emotions.
Okay.
He can receive a difference in opinion.
Shut up.
Okay.
Right? He is not fleeing
Okay.
or sabotaging the conversation as soon as things don't go his way because his inability to sit in uncomfortable emotions or sit in discomfort when the table isn't turning to him. Just like a high-value, low-functioning man, which is a lot of many men who are in power are high-value, low-functioning. High-value meaning what? They got the money. They got the value. They got the home. They got the real estate portfolio.
Yeah.
They got the yacht. They can travel, right? They can in their illusion, in their fake fairy tale ideology, can purchase a woman.
Look.
Women can't be bought. That's a whole nother episode.
Some
Woo!
can.
Some can, baby. Now listen, I'll be remiss to say that there's not some things in there that I agree with her on. But let's start back at the beginning. First, she gave an example of Kevin Samuels, and it seems as though she was mixing in economically valuable with morally value in Kevin's message. And I don't agree with that. Kevin's message of high value was more so tied to economic value. And it was like 5 or 6 things that he would jumble together in order to establish his definition of a high value man. And most of those things, whether it be, making $10,000 a month or, being professionally viable or valuable and seen as such on LinkedIn level, right? Having an establishment of your peers that are also of high value. There was like 2 other things I can't remember. Nevertheless, within that, he would not talk about the morality of a man. He actually had additional frameworks that he established. Any of you guys remember DIME? Dropping a dime on you, right? And within the acronym of DIME, D-I-M-E, there was integrity was I, M was morality, but the DIME paradigm was not, at least originally, connected to a high value man. It's something that he came up with a little bit later. That's the first point. The second point, and this is why also I find it so laughable of these fake dating gurus to establish, right, what is a high functioning man, because it always comes from the projection of their own hurt. In her case, high functioning means that he's emotionally in tune with himself. Excuse me? You'll often find that these feminist beliefs and ideologies, they always just try to make men more like women. How about a high functioning or a high quality man is a man that has structure, that has standards, that has beliefs. He's a fantastic leader. He has high degrees of masculinity, frame, stoicism. He walks into a room and he is highly respected. And then also with quality, there might be some aesthetic things in there as well. Like, is he a handsome man? But through the failures of her own relationship, she can only establish a high quality or functioning man through a man that can be emotionally adept as her. But through her own relationship follies and as well as the misunderstanding of what men are, she can only establish a man having a soft emotional side. Nevertheless, they're about to get into a very interesting conversation, which is the point of all of this. Please pay attention. Let's go. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
They being bought every day.
Let's talk about that too.
They being bought right now.
And men are getting exactly what they paying for.
And when you say that, what you mean?
They getting what they paying for. That's
like.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
They getting either vagina, an STD, or a baby mama.
Oh.
That's it. That's all you buying. You can't buy substance. You can't buy love. You can't buy this.
No.
You can't buy marriage.
You're all
this ain't
expensive.
bought. Okay, this ain't bought. This is built.
Mm-hmm.
This is built.
Yeah.
This is intimacy. This is love. This is conversation. This is love each other by knowledge of each other. This can't be bought.
For sure.
This is the
You
delusion.
have a woman.
Well, you can't buy love, but
Okay.
you can buy a woman though. She might not
You
love
can buy a body.
Okay.
There you go.
You can buy a vessel.
They just don't
You
understand.
can have an exchange for a service from a woman, whether it's time, sex, or time or sex. Oh, I'm sorry. Time or sex. Oh, I'm sorry. Those aren't substances, right? So you can buy those. That's called solicitation and prostitution. Okay, I'm back. Now you asked about high functioning,
There's
low
different
value.
levels.
Yeah.
A high value, low functioning guy has a lot of money. That's value, but he has low functioning behavior. He can't process his emotions. He has a lot of narcissistic characteristics. If the conversation goes in a way that doesn't work for him, guess what? On to the next.
It's a
Or
lot of
he's
men
gonna
like that.
sabotage. Yeah. Or he doesn't want to have this conversation anymore. Or you just not conducive for him.
You know what? I wonder what she would establish herself. Are you a high functioning or a low functioning woman with your roster? Damn! As a woman at 40 plus, whatever, how old that you are, make all the money that you want, but the truth is the truth.
So in that circumstance I just described, that's a man who is more than likely doing what? Buying a woman.
So
Or let
tell
me say better, buying a body. Because you can't buy a woman, you're buying a
Buy a
body.
body.
You're buying a body.
So tell me this. So would a woman prefer a low value, high functioning man? Is that something you would prefer?
A woman?
No, I'm
Or me?
speaking to you.
Oh, me.
Good
so
question.
I love that. So if I had to choose between a high value, low functioning, right? Or high functioning, low value man, I would take the low value, high functioning.
You are a goddamn liar. Oh, where's my blue cap hat? Oh, this chick, you gonna lie to us like this, baby? All right, you done created all of this fake faux genjutsu bullshit to establish what you think is morally correct thing to say, but you would accept a low value, high functioning man? Bullshit. You know it, I know it, and guess what? The hosts know it as well.
You would?
I have to have a man who loves me, supports
Look
me,
at-
who understands intimacy, not just sex, who can hold a conversation with me, an intellectual conversation, who can be transactional and relational with me, who, when my strong opinion gets strong,
Look at this.
he can sit in the discomfort of that. When his strong opinion gets strong, I can sit in that discomfort and still make him dinner. I can still make sure daddy has what he needs in the morning for work.
Gotcha.
I can still make sure that he is well taken care
Would
of.
you
I'm
still
not denying
respect him
him.
like a high value
Come
man?
on.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So at this point, he's
Watch.
like,
Now, let me be clear. I didn't say a man who was lazy or broke or didn't work, because low value men just means they make less money. They're not men that don't work. These men are educated. These men are working. These men they're blue collar men. Blue collar men make six figures. They make six figures.
I mean, they make six. I feel if a man makes six figure, I don't really classify him as low value, man. You reached a six figure
for it.
point.
And this is the thing, right?
this is
Low-
very subjective.
There you go.
Yeah.
We agree on that.
Make it
Low
objective.
value is subjective.
Okay.
I always say, for me personally, I'm not clocking the dollar amount that my husband makes.
bullshit.
It's what lifestyle can we provide ourselves and our family collectively.
So
It's a lifestyle we can provide, because you don't need a lot of money for certain lifestyles.
Watch.
Okay, I heard what you're saying. So would you take a high functioning man making $50,000 a year?
Right there, that's my guy right there. You take him out the realm of just fluffy, airy, nebulous statements that are not grounded in anything. You talk about subjectivity, so you make it objective. You give a dollar amount. She said it's about the lifestyle. Yeah, sure it is. You make way more than enough money for your own lifestyle. If you add another guy to it, it should be nothing for you. So then the money shouldn't matter, right? But see, that's where the bullshit is. As soon as they call out that there's certain dudes that pay for GFE, girlfriend experience, versus some dudes that are trying to look for actual relationships with girls that like them, there's still a minimum requirement. There's still a money minimum requirement. All men pay some way. And that's the thing, is that the majority of women, especially that women that look a certain type of way, that have a certain type of aesthetic, ain't looking nowhere near these dudes over here that don't have a certain minimum foundational money establishment or foundation. They're not even looking for it. Why? Because they want an experience. They want to go on trips. They want drive certain cars or have you in a certain car. They want to live in certain parts of town. Every guy is paying for it. And this is the reality. No matter how much you try to shame certain men into saying that all they have up for is STDs or whatever the hell it is that you said, this is the reality. But let's see how she answers.
That wouldn't fit my lifestyle.
So you
Okay.
wouldn't take him?
Not because he makes
You
50,000.
liar.
Why?
Then
right?
it's because he makes
It
50,000.
is because he
Hold
make
on.
50 high functioning.
It's not,
just
it's not
said-
the judgment of the dollar amount.
What is
it's
it?
because of where I'm at in my lifestyle. So it wouldn't be equally yoked. It wouldn't be yin yang for me. Now, let's just say,
So that's the reason, though.
That's the
Dr.
reason.
Cheyenne, because you said you wouldn't take him if he made 50,000. It's not about judgment. It's about the fact that you
It's
just
about
can't
like,
pay
he
for
can't-
what you need
Yeah.
to
what
pay
I'm saying
for,
is
right?
if a woman is
Gotcha.
in the space where she's making $80,000
Uh-huh.
and this man can add to whatever her lifestyle is and he makes 50,000, for her that is conducive. I'm not going to say the amount I make, but I do really, really well.
Yeah.
And so if I got with a man who was making $50,000, I would be the breadwinner and I would be taking full care of him because the lifestyle that I have for myself and my family wouldn't be fair to him because he would come in and he wouldn't even be able to slightly provide.
That's
that
crazy.
would
That's
total
what
That's-
it
makes
makes
total
sense.
sense. I wouldn't take a man that's making
but what I'm
50,000
saying
either.
is, but it goes further than that because psychologically, that would impair that man. That would impact that man. I have yet to meet a man who doesn't want to be able to add or provide when he is saying, I'm ready to be a husband and I'm ready to be a father. Those men who are family men, not street men, family men, they take pride in providing for their wives. And so if that man can't provide, that is a direct emasculation on its own.
I agree with all that.
Yeah, totally.
But I'm a little confused because you said it wouldn't be because he makes 50,000. But that is
Exactly.
the reason, right?
That's the
No.
reason.
I'm taking accountability and saying it would be because of what I make. It would be because of where I am in my life. So
Yo.
it wouldn't be because you make $50,000, you ain't shit. It would be because of where I am in my
Right.
life, right?
Right.
You just wouldn't be a good fit. I wouldn't be a good fit for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the host for completely calling her out on her bullshit in a very nice way. The fact is that she would disqualify this hypothetical man that only made $50,000 per year. Meanwhile, a man in her exact same position wouldn't give a shit if the woman was making $50,000 a year. You see what feminism has done? It's wild how they paint these illustrious pictures. Meanwhile, in their own lives, they don't even abide by it, leading these women down a path of bullshit into a lifestyle that doesn't seem appealing, is not something that you would want to aspire to, except for maybe if your only quest in life is money, baby.
It's not me, because my thing is, I have friends who are married, who are making a certain amount, and they are very freaking happy and living a great lifestyle. It's all subjective. And so again, I would never tell a man, let me word it better, because you made 50,000, you can't be with me. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is because of where I have grown and because of the lifestyle I became accustomed to, I wouldn't be a good fit for
That's
you.
the same thing.
That's the same thing.
That's what I was saying.
It can be to us because you're not,
It's literally the same thing. It's just packaged just a little bit more bullshitty.
and I'm saying that.
Okay, I get what
So
you're saying.
for me, because
Yo.
when I'm having a conversation with a man about this,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. If you ever come across a young lady and she's a follower of this, she's a moron. She's a lemming moron. How can you, right? Like, someone can say something to you and effectively have the exact same result of what it is that they're trying to say, but just because they package it a little bit different and because it sounds a little bit more warming to your ears, you're gonna believe it. It's actually wild to see what people get attracted to because it makes them feel good from a product perspective.
my intention is never to emasculate him or never to make him feel small. So words do matter when it comes to a conversation you're having with someone, when you intentionally are not trying to tell them, you ain't good enough, bruh.
It's the
Yeah,
same
but what if
thing,
he's
whether
high
you
fun-
say
he's
it or
high
not.
functioning, he making 50, he make
a good
you feel
man.
For
beautiful.
me personally, that is still a great man, but he's not conducive for where I am in my career.
'Cause he don't make enough
as a
money for
woman.
you.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't sustain, and it would in return
All men must
You
pay.
affect
couldn't,
this man.
be honest, you couldn't respect him. You couldn't
No, I
respect
could
him.
respect him.
You can respect him?
Yes.
Well, then why wouldn't you take him? He make 50, he make you happy.
Because what happens is psychologically, when that man cannot provide for a woman of my caliber, it affects him. So as he becomes
agree.
emasculated, as his confidence starts to dip, as his self-esteem starts to dip, at that point, a woman starts to lose respect because I can only respect you at the level that you respect yourself. So why would I put a man in a position that is called selfish to me? And to me, that's a little narcissistic of a woman to say, I'm gonna put you in this position, knowing I'm gonna have to have full control, knowing I'm gonna have to take full care of you, and then just say, well, it's gonna affect you mentally. And when it does, I'll just roll on that and maybe either take advantage of your vulnerability or just say, well, I can be the powerhouse. I can always look like the one that's big, the big shot or the big dog of this relationship.
Right.
No, I'm not here to make a man feel small. I'm here to make any man, whether it's my man or a man outside of me, to know he's a king. And he needs to be with the right fit to be kinged, because it will affect that man a lot more than it will affect the woman.
Got it. So for him to be kinged, he has to make however many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So you are exactly contradicting the statement that you said earlier. It's funny what happens when you get put under a degree of scrutiny. Buckles, folds, foundation, lost. And let's address this man being emasculated because the woman makes more money. That doesn't happen. Shit, if I met a chick that make more money than me, I am good, bro. Ain't no amount of degree of emasculation that will ever happen with me, because I'm still going to be a man at the end of the day. No matter what the money situation is, the issue is that when y'all get all this money, y'all egos come with it. Just as I said before, a dude making that type of money, his ego not in it, doesn't need her to be making that type of money, but you do. So at the point that guy might lose his place at the top, his business does bad for a year, you're going to start coming up out your mouth. You're going to start losing respect for him. You're going to get down to the core of the demon witch that is situated within you. That's what men are concerned about with these boss be, make all the money, run this, run that, is that they're going to take degrees of the masculinity that it took for them to win and be successful and then bring it back into the household, challenging his own masculinity or competing with his masculinity. It's not the other way around, that because you make that much, I'm going to just be emasculated. Oh, gosh, she's making too much money. Oh, it's too much nice shit around here.
Who is choosing him?
Do you
I
want
see
to
it
be
happen
married?
in my office all the time.
Do you want to be married eventually?
Yes,
You do?
I will.
Okay, so
Yes.
let me ask you this. Why do you believe
Who's
you're
the
not
fool?
married already?
Well, I mean, one, I wanted to wait until my career was fully, really to the space it is now. I wanted to make sure that I didn't have kids, for me personally, born in a deficit. They're born in equity, and equity is not just financial things, right, and accolades and things that I can offer surfacely or externally, but I wanted to make sure that I was in a place where I'm not just choosing a husband, but I'm choosing a father. A lot of women choose husbands, and then they go, he's not a great father. And of course, you don't know if he's good at either until you are in the experience of them. But you can use something called wisdom that can help you choose better. Doesn't mean you're going to choose perfect. And it doesn't mean that I'm exempt from divorce or I'm exempt from any of the things, because I'm not, that come with a marriage or a relationship whatsoever. But yeah, I wanted to wait until I am exactly where I am now. And so this year, I've said on other shows as well that I took my IUD out this year, and I am now ready to be married.
At like
and
45.
I think that if more people did it on their terms, I think that marriage would be healthier. Not perfect. Doesn't mean it's without
know what?
problem. I think that it would be a happier marriage because you're doing
Here's the
it.
thing. Shout out to all the snake oil salesmen out there. All right. Keep getting your paper. Keep on doing your thing. All right. However it is that you choose to do it. I can't listen to her no more. And it's because when you ask her a question about something where we can't compare or contrast the things that she's saying, it's just a whole bunch of fluff. It's a whole bunch of nonsense. So the thing is that from the low IQ in the audience, they could be like, yeah, honey, boo-boo child. Yeah, because he didn't know he was a good man, but not a good father. You right. I've heard situations where that can occur. Boom, what's this link? Let me go sign up to the... Right. And that's how it generally happens, something like that, right? It makes them feel good in a situation because it takes the mirror off of them to point outward to establish someone else being responsible for wrong or something not going well as opposed to themselves. So when you ask her a question like this, you're just going to get fluff. You're going to get bullshit. You're going to get like roundy loops, circling in circles. Now, but again, what's interesting is at the beginning of this conversation, she was trying to do the same damn thing until, and it's why I tell all my G's, right? When you get in these different conversations, take things out of the nebulous, take things out of the ambiguous, the subjective, all right? And bring it down to the objective, the mathematics, which is why math is just so important to critical thinking, which is why I'm also very scared about our future, because AI is taking away critical thinking, because the basis is mathematics, and when you could just put word equations up into AI to answer stuff for you, then as a human being, we begin to lose the fundamental craft of critical thinking and logic. But take from subjective, put into objective by establishing a number in front of it, and then re-ask the question. And that's exactly what the host did here within this. And then we got the bullshit answer. Guys, questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. MediocreTourismReviews@gmail.com. Am I right? Am I wrong? Leave me some comments down below just so I can understand, right? Because maybe, maybe she's 1,000, but right, like maybe she understands, right? But leave me them comments down below just so we can have a formal meeting of the minds to unpack and understand, all right? Until next time, you two, peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.